Coming up next, it's the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time on a special Friday night. We are looking at this weekend's Royal Rumble after the hot Raw 25 from this past Monday night. The Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time has all of the information that you need for Sunday's Rumble right here, right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time on a special Friday night. Damian Nelson sitting here alongside David Octavius, the Tiberius, the alleged backyard, one-time knockout, straight-edge, hardcore, Hall of Famer hero. And how the heck are you here on a Friday, David Hero?
It's fantastic. We survived a hell of a week.
We did survive a hell of a week. What a week it has been. Raw 25 this past Monday night. We knew it would be epic. We knew it would be monumental, but I'm not sure we knew it would be as epic and
all
monumental.
that was going to happen, brother.
Well, I think that they said it was going to be a celebration, and it was a celebration. But more important than that, you survived Times Square unscathed.
Again. You know what's frustrating, though, is I have yet to find the Ninja Turtles.
I hung with Donatello for a little while.
I hit every pizza place in Times Square, did not find Splinter. I was looking for April, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That's a turtle?
No, that's the rat that trained him. I want to learn some moves.
You were trained by a rat?
Yeah, a jacked up rat.
I missed that.
Okay, first of all, it's not the ooze. They were on steroids, okay, is what it was. But April O'Neil, still looking for her. Remember Megan Fox, Ninja Turtles movie?
I know April O'Neil, the wrestler.
No, it's Amber O'Neil. Oh, she'll be at Shenanigans.
Folks, let's get right down to it with this week's hot news. And, well, we found out earlier this week in an interview he conducted.
One of these pens have enough ink in them.
And they're brand new. You got to scribble a little bit first to get the ink flowing. You know, you got to play with it a little while to make it work. On Booker T's podcast, that he is indeed going to miss the Royal Rumble matchup on Sunday due to his injury to his right foot. Basically saying that he's going to take it, has to take it week to week to see how the injury progresses and to see if he gets any better. So Samoa Joe now officially out of the Rumble, David Hero. What significance do you think that has, and how does it impact your Be the Booker?
It's a lot because Samoa Joe has been beat up a lot lately. Since he's been called to the main roster, he's missed a lot of time with injuries.
Oh, yeah.
He was gone after SummerSlam for a little while. He comes back. Now he's gone again. They need Samoa Joe up on the main roster right now.
Well, he will not be a part of the Rumble. We don't know. We hope and expect, but we don't know if he's actually going to be able to be back in time for WrestleMania. But again, optimistic was Samoa Joe and made an interesting comment on that podcast when talking about this injury that as an older person, he takes these things sort of more in stride and doesn't stress over them as much as he would have when he was a younger talent. And that reveals something a lot of fans may not know, is that while Samoa Joe may be new to them in WWE, he's not new to the wrestling business at all.
There's a lot of miles on Samoa Joe.
Absolutely. Speaking of talents as well and words that they've used in interviews, Alberto Del Rio, Alberto El Patron, has
amazing.
Made a full 360, if you will, from his comments, disparaging comments as he made in the recent past about WWE and Triple H specifically. And Alberto Del Rio saying basically that he has apologized for those comments and that he has that apology has been accepted and that the comments were made because of his toxic relationship with Paige.
So he throws his ex under the bus.
He's flipping it. What do you do?
I got a service dog. Everyone else has one, but it's not like a designer dog like these girls.
Why do you have a dog on the set? And what service is this dog providing?
It's my dog Snoop.
Oh, my Lanta.
It's Snoop Dog. Because I get stressed.
Shouldn't he have a vest on or something indicating he's a service
I'm wearing
animal?
the vest. It says service on the back of it. It's a difference. Right, Snoop?
What are you? I can't sit here seriously with you playing with a dog. What?
It's a calming effect. Notice how mellow I've been tonight?
What's its name?
Snoop.
Snoop?
It's Snoop Dogg.
Oh, my Atlanta. Is this how stressful the trip to New York earlier this week was for you? You had to go back and get a service
Okay,
animal?
to be honest, I didn't realize I bought this dog in New York. That's what really happened.
Jesus.
All of a sudden, I showed up when we left the hotel, the bellhop. It's like, hey, don't forget your dog. I'm like, my dog. Apparently, I bought a dog Monday night after Raw. You were with me. You don't remember that?
There's a lot I don't remember about the events of that night.
Well, Snoop's now here.
Folks, we're talking about Alberto Del Rio and his positioning, I guess you could say, to be in the good favors of WWE again.
Here's what's messed
up, brother?
He's still with TNA.
Yes, he is.
And he's saying, oh, next year I'm going back.
Basically.
You're still, so that then tells creative in TNA, let's not book him in anything important because he has no desire, or desires to stay.
He is saying that he wants to come back and be like, when he comes back, he won't do it full time, but he's going to be a part time. What do you say? Like basically the special appearance stars. Does he qualify for that?
No,
not at all.
No.
He's, I think that Alberto Del Rio is a tremendous talent.
He's putting himself in the same category as John Cena, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker.
Yeah. Not going to happen?
No.
Well, we'll see what happens with Alberto Del Rio, who is still in TNA. And speaking of TNA, a couple of people who are not with TNA. We talked about some on PrimeTime last week. We also talked about many on PWR tonight over the course of the evenings earlier this week. But one of them, Christopher Adonis, the name he's going by most recently. Chris Masters, as we well know. Well, apparently the company wasn't aware that he had left until he tweeted about leaving.
Really?
And has since said that the company needs a little bit more consistency than it has, which I think is a fair and accurate statement.
Well, brother, here's the problem with TNA Impact Wrestling.
What's the problem with TNA Impact Wrestling right now?
You mentioned Chris Masters.
Yes.
Who's an upper mid-card guy.
Mm-hmm. Great talent.
Look who else they lost at the last set of TVs.
Bobby Lashley, EC3.
Bobby Lashley, EC3, 2 former world champions. Mm-hmm. James Storm.
Yep.
They lost 3 top main event players.
Now let's talk about James Storm for a minute. Unless you had more on the point you were
go ahead.
Remember, he had signed with NXT, or was close to.
Right.
And made the decision to go back to TNA.
Yeah. How did that work out?
Oh, you got a good year out of it.
I'm a James Storm guy. I like James. He's been to Shenanigans. I consider him a buddy, a pal, a super friend, all that. But when you are given a contract to NXT and you turn it down to then go back to TNA, I don't know why they would offer him another contract to come back to NXT.
Well, to pay him less now.
A lot less. TNA's an interesting company right now.
How so?
Well, they have a new world heavyweight champion.
They do, in Austin Aries.
Austin Aries, which Aries is without a top guy, main event guy, former TNA Impact World Heavyweight Champion.
Absolutely.
What's interesting is he comes back into TNA Impact Wrestling in first night and wins the title.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
not even a match, basically.
When last seen on TV, he could not get past the Cruiserweight Champion in WWE.
True.
Now, TNA has had a history of this in the past.
True.
They've done it with Raven, they've done it with Rhino, they've done it with Christian. Mid-card guys come in and they put the belt on right away.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. Impact only has a bunch of indie guys and Abyss on their roster.
Basically. But perhaps that's working for them.
No, I don't see how it can be.
Well, they are certainly their own brand.
There's no brand recognition. When you now think of TNA Impact Wrestling, who's the first guy you think of?
Austin Aries now.
Only because we just mentioned him.
True. Bobby Lashley.
He is going to make a ton of money.
Is he going to make a ton of impact this Sunday at the Royal Rumble? I speculated on it in PWR tonight earlier this week.
I would love to see that. I think there is a ton of money with Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
That never happened, did it? Back in the early 2000s?
Lashley physically, cosmetically...
That is a money match.
Can match Brock.
Absolutely. And
size for size.
Because are they not...
And Bobby Lashley is an MMA fighter in Bellator.
Are they not also at the same time running out of opponents for Brock Lesnar?
Oh, there's no doubt. Who does Brock have after Roman Reigns?
Who does he have after Braun Strowman? Who does he have after Kane?
They're already looking past the Rumble. It's going to be Roman Reigns, and it's going to be Brock Lesnar.
How much longer do you think Brock Lesnar stays?
Well, wait. It depends on Roman Reigns, how this whole steroid thing plays out.
He'll be fine.
Well, he should be fine because I'm guessing all this happened a couple years ago.
Yes. Well, the doctor was arrested 1 year ago. It was back in last February, and this is just coming to light now.
Which I'm sure the office knew about it.
Well,
if I'm Roman Reigns, I'm going to the principal's office right away.
You know, speaking of Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, UFC, MMA, Dana White, the president of the UFC, had recently stated in an interview with the Associated Press that he is going to welcome the opportunity to have CM Punk come back and do yet another fight for the company. He said that Punk wants to, and he wants to make it happen. We know CM Punk in 2014 signed with UFC, had one fight, didn't do well in that fight, and has been relatively quiet ever since. What scenario and in what way do you think UFC should focus on bringing Punk back to action? Is he still a marketable name for that audience?
Oh, of course he is. People want to see CM Punk fight again. They don't care if it's in the ring, if it's in an octagon, or if it's all in. They want to see CM Punk.
Will they chant his name there at the UFC event?
Of course they will.
Do you think he's going to be part of Cody's All-In event? Cody Rhodes' All-In event? Along with the Young Bucks, September 1st?
I don't see why not. I mean, they need him to sell out a 10,000
He would do it, right? He would do that show.
Of course he would. Here's why he would do it. Because it's a way of sticking it to all the other wrestling companies.
Every last one of them all at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just yesterday, a huge announcement by WWE Chairman and now Alpha Entertainment Chairman Vince McMahon. The XFL is back. The XFL returns to the world next year, 2 years from now rather, 2020. The XFL, which was last in place back in 2001, 2002, relaunched as the new XFL. Vince McMahon addressing several of the questions and comments about what is different about this XFL rather in yesterday's press conference, which was streamed live across many social media channels, saying basically a lot will be the same, but a lot will be different. Most importantly, they're going to spend a lot more time getting ready for this launch of the XFL. And also important, there is no TV partner this time. Last time the NFL had a 50% stake and took 50% of the risk with the XFL, and this time they are not. It still will occur January through approximately April. It still will be 8 teams. They don't know which cities it will be in, and a lot of ridicule has followed this announcement. You can actually check back to this past yesterday's edition of PWR Tonight, available right here on our YouTube channel as well, where I went more in depth with my perspective on the XFL and the relaunch of the XFL. All right. Well, that is this week's hot news, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it is time to look at Be the Booker in a new way, David Hero. I understand you have a new presentation.
I do.
Here
I got a gimmick.
For the Royal Rumble. That coming up next on the Pro Wrestling Report, Prime Time.
WrestleMania weekend's biggest party is coming to Bourbon Street. Don't miss an all-inclusive, all-night party Friday, April 6th. Hosted by Kevin Nash and over 20 other wrestling stars. Enjoy unlimited drinks all night long at the Bourbon Cowboy on Bourbon Street. Throw beads from the balcony. Drink and party with your favorite wrestling stars. Hurry, limited quantities available. Purchase tickets now at PWRshow.com. That's PWRshow.com.
Fans, as we shared with you yesterday on PWR Tonight, which is our Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nightly broadcast of the Pro Wrestling Report, available on YouTube, you found out that we had a big announcement as it pertains to Feedback Friday. Feedback Friday, which returned to much fanfare with Kenny Starmaker Bolin last week, is coming back on a weekly basis. Starting next Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, Feedback Friday will be with you on Friday nights, and it will be live. Yes. Feedback Friday will be live, meaning we'll be taking your questions and comments live, in case I can't say it enough. During Feedback Friday, it's going to be Friday nights on our Facebook page. It's going to be streaming live on Facebook and Facebook only. That'll be Friday nights, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. Fridays at 6, 7 Eastern. Feedback Friday goes live on our Facebook page. Now, you can go get prepared right now. Don't wait until the last minute. Facebook.com/PWR Show. Again, that's Facebook.com/PWR Show. Feedback Friday goes live and weekly starting next Friday night on Facebook Live. It's Feedback Friday. I'll be taking your questions, your comments, your insults, your compliments, all live on Facebook in real time. Friday night, 6 o'clock p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. That's facebook.com/PWR Show. I'll give you a moment right now. Facebook.com/PWR Show. Like the page and get all of our updates and news throughout the week and participate in Feedback Friday live.
Birthday. Tonight. And you
Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime. Ladies and gentlemen, David Hero, Shenanigans comes to Bourbon Street April 6th, the night of the WWE Hall of Fame. It's a great way to end your night. You're coming to Bourbon Street anyways after the Hall of Fame. This party starts after the Hall of Fame. Why not come to the greatest party event of WrestleMania weekend and the only wrestling event on Bourbon Street? I tell you this, tickets are moving faster than they have in recent years. This event always sells out in advance. Don't miss out on your opportunity to get tickets to Shenanigans on Bourbon Street. You can go to PWRshow.com right now. And tickets are 10% off, David Hero, if you use the promo code RUMBLE. That's RUMBLE, all caps, this weekend only. 10% off your tickets for the Shenanigans on Bourbon
Here's the thing,
Street
because some people don't read, okay? Let's just be honest.
Here we go.
They don't. A ticket is all you can drink.
All you can drink, including hurricanes, David Hero, all night long. You can get to a Category 2, a Category 3, Category 4, Category 5.
Well, I've been to 5.
And that
So pump the brakes.
I'm pumping them.
One ticket.
I got an anti-lock.
One ticket to get in.
To get in.
Is VIP.
VIP.
Snoop, are you paying attention to this? Snoop loves me. It's just legit. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Okay?
I'd rather she be laid back, though, with her mind on her money.
No way.
On her mind.
Hey, peanut butter is not allowed in this house. Okay? You buy a ticket to get in, the VIP ticket, and you can drink all night.
All night.
Good God.
All night long. And let's not forget as well, if you haven't been to Bourbon Street, you can't just walk in anywhere and get to any balcony.
No.
You can walk into our party with Kevin Nash and get to the VIP balcony. VIP tickets get you balcony access. There will be beads to throw. There are thousands of beads coming for this party and will be a part of this event. It's Shenanigans on Bourbon Street, PWRshow.com. This weekend only, Rumble is the code for 10% off your tickets. And with that, we're talking about the Royal Rumble. Let's go to Be the Booker, David Hero. It's back. You got the board here. Where's the big board? What's this? He's downsized. Is this the government going to shut down?
That's exactly what happened. I couldn't believe it.
So
the Democrats took away my big board.
They sure did, didn't they?
They did.
The Democrats who were in the minority in both houses.
Yeah.
Yes.
The minorities.
Yet they are clearly to blame.
The minorities are.
Oh my God. Can you please let me get you out? Why don't you pet your dog there, pal?
Snoop.
Folks, this segment, Be the Booker, what happens here is this one gives you the way he would book the event, the match, the show, the event, if he were the person holding the pencil. And let's go right down to it. Get right down to it, David Hero, and proceed.
You just said that to the minorities, and they screwed it up. I'm agreeing with you. It's not about race.
Why are you going back to the trough? Just because you locked it up already. Now let's do this segment. That camera, this board, your face, Be the Booker.
AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens.
It is a handicap match. So
yes.
Zayn and Owens versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. SmackDown
I've
main
said it
event.
before. Zayn and Owens remind me of Bob Orton and Roddy Piper.
Really?
Sami Zayn being Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah.
Always doing the job.
Uh-huh.
And then Piper being Kevin Owens, who always gets, gets away scot-clean.
Okay.
Scott clean. Get it? No pun intended.
I understand.
AJ Styles. What?
God, just keep going, please.
AJ Styles, he's gonna get beat up. He's gonna get punished the entire night. But here's the thing: Sami Zayn wants to be the world champion. Be nice to Snoop, as does Kevin Owens. So the first pinfall attempt, eventually, Owens is gonna pull off Zayn. Zayn is gonna pull off Owens, and they're gonna have infighting, bickering going on back and forth. Owens or Zayn is gonna cost the other one the match. AJ Styles leaves the Royal Rumble. The World Heavyweight
Can I borrow a marker here?
By all means.
Can I mark up your board here? There's an interesting dynamic here. Can I see it? The good thing about this little one is you can do a reveal, like you can write it down here. So there's two other factors to consider in this matchup, and that is the commissioner and the general manager, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Yes, absolutely.
I think they're on their way to a Mania matchup. You think it's going to be a six-man, which I like that idea, but does this all come to fruition here?
You have to protect Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
You do. And you got to protect Shane McMahon from himself.
Yes.
You put those two daredevils in a match, who's going to want to follow that?
Well, I'm not sure it matters to them who follows that.
As far as Daniel Bryan's concerned, that could be his last match, and if he knows it, it's going to be in front of 90,000 people. Mm-hmm. He's going to make sure he pulls out all the stops.
When's his contract up? That's sometime this year.
It's the spring.
So it's before September 1st.
Yes. Right? Exactly. Imagine American Dragon against CM Punk.
And that form on that stage?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'll take it. AJ Styles retains the championship.
The Women's Rumble is very interesting because it should go one way, but it will obviously go another. Nia Jax, the most dominant female on the roster right now.
Yeah.
On both brands.
Even with her bum knee?
Yes. Not to mention she's a super friend. But this is all about Asuka. If she's going to be undefeated, then she has to go to the Rumble and win the Rumble to be undefeated. And I think they are throwing good money after bad with Asuka.
Good money after bad.
I don't think that you can make money on her. The fans can't relate.
She's got all kinds of gimmicks, man.
That's all she has is gimmicks.
Isn't that all that
Has she talked yet?
Well, I think there's a challenge.
How does she connect with the audience?
She is. I mean,
but she's not. Pop. Sure, but eventually she's going to have to sit down and do an interview.
We saw the reaction to her live Monday night in the Barclays Center at Raw 25.
Yeah.
You were not impressed?
No. It's the East Coast crowd.
Here we go. I knew there was some crowd classification.
Let's see how well she does in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay? Let's see how well she's in Des Moines, Iowa.
Let me throw a couple of variables into this scenario here.
Texarkana.
On PWR tonight, on Thursday night of last week, I spoke about this Rumble matchup and gave a perspective on it and speculated as to whether or not we would see some additional participants. Some of the divas from this past Monday's Raw 25 that came back could be. Makes sense, right? There's only 20 names announced for the Women's Rumble, and it's a 30-woman Rumble. But what about Ronda Rousey, David Hero? If Ronda Rousey is in this match, which I think is going to happen.
She will be in that match. There's no doubt.
What does that mean overall for the Women's Rumble?
I think that sets up a match with Ronda Rousey and maybe Nia Jax.
What about Charlotte?
Charlotte is a SmackDown Ladies Champion.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She won't be in this.
Oh.
There's no reason.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think I'd have to look that up.
The champions aren't in the Rumble match.
They don't have a match, though.
But they're not in the Rumble match.
I think they are. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I hear you completely. But it doesn't make any sense because you get a chance at the champion.
But if anything, if you're going to have Asuka go on to win the Rumble, you need something big for Nia Jax. And if Nia Jax isn't going to work her BFF, Alexa Bliss, then Nia Jax against Ronda Rousey is a main event match.
Does Rousey have the credibility, the believability to come in and win this matchup on Sunday?
Absolutely.
So what do you think happens?
It'll be awesome.
I think you have to do it two ways, right? Because if Rousey's involved, or would you just book it to include her?
You can't have Ronda Rousey, unless she is number 28 or 29 or 30, win this thing. She can't come in at number 15 and go for 35 minutes and win.
She's got to get there, do it, and do it quick.
All of her fights in MMA when she won UFC were all quick.
So does she come in and eliminate 10 women and then win it? And you have to go that far?
She would have to, but that's not going to happen.
5 women?
She'll get in there, and then it'll be her and Nia Jax.
At the end?
No, not the end. at one point during the match.
Okay.
And then they will eliminate each other.
Interesting.
That's what I'm here for. But it'll be Asuka. Let's see, I think it's spelled like this. Where does it go? Up and down? It's up and down. Yeah. Okay. So Sheamus against Rollins and Jordan.
Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
Who I'm becoming a quick fan of, by the way.
Because people thought you were him.
That one guy, Kenny Bolin, who I'm not even going to talk about last week's Feedback Friday.
So Sheamus. This is so weird, Rollins and Jordan. I don't like it.
Well, there's no Ambrose. Could do some with Rollins. Tag team championships on the line in this matchup. Cesaro and Sheamus want those championships.
You gotta
back.
wonder if they're going towards a Rollins versus Jordan match at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
God, how that star has just dwindled.
Who's?
Seth Rollins.
Well, what else do you do with them?
No, I hear you, but I wish there were more.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
Cesaro?
Cesaro and Sheamus, they leave Philadelphia because Jason Jordan's going to get booed out of that building in Philly.
But isn't that what's great about it? He is almost performing. It's almost like Sami Zayn as a heel now. Jason Jordan.
Sami Zayn is obnoxious. Over the top obnoxious.
Fantastic, is it not? That's why he's endorsed.
But it's not believable. You get a guy that's 175
Here we go. Awaits us, ladies and gentlemen. Awaits us.
But here's what is believable. At the end, Sami Zayn is always left laying.
He's playing his role.
He's
the role
the
of
antagonist.
Bob Orton, as you said before.
Yes. So I expect
knows his role.
I expect to see new tag team champions coming out of the Rumble. 2 out of 3 falls.
The Usos defending the tag team championships from the SmackDown side against Shelton Benjamin, Chad
And
Gable.
here's what's interesting. One of the twins got a DUI.
Well, he wanted to be like his brother.
Which one?
Jay got the most recent one.
Oh, and now they both have one.
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe it was Jimmy that got it, and they said it was Jay. How would they know the difference?
He's only been charged. He has not been convicted.
That's coming. Gable and Benjamin. I'd rather see Rollins and Jordan against Benjamin and Gable.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That actually would be... They could have gotten away with it here, too.
Yes.
Because it's the Rumble. It's
And
a
I'd rather
no-brainer.
see Sheamus and Cesaro against the Usos.
Yes.
That's a way better match.
Yeah.
These tag matches suck. They do.
How would you book it, though? 2 out of 3 falls. Who wins? Let's see you start talking bad about wrestling and this damn dog comes back.
What do you think? What was that? She said the Usos. She's my service dog. She keeps me mellow. Are you okay?
No, I'm not. You are the most ridiculous human being I've ever met.
How so?
I just don't understand this life you live. Please continue with your booking of being of the Royal Rumble.
It's 2 out of 3.
Yes, it is.
So I expect the Usos to steal one right off the bat. So
Yeah, gonna be quick.
Benjamin and Gable fight back underneath, get the second. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Usos cheat to win, steal, get the third one.
Fair enough. I will first, and as we move into the next match, I will empathize with how difficult this question is about who's going to win this match and how you'd book it. Because I can't imagine a more difficult match to book than a Royal Rumble match.
Oh my God, no, this is worse.
So it's not about number 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's about the winner and maybe the ending scenario here. And we've got a stacked Rumble here. We've got a lot of people in it who have a chance. But I think what's good this year is there is no obvious winner, I don't think, going into this matchup.
It really depends on the placement of the main event.
Yes?
If the men's Rumble is the main event, then Strowman, if he doesn't beat Lesnar, might wind up in the Rumble.
Ooh, okay. All right. I see you. I feel you.
Because you can use Strowman twice.
Yes.
People want to see him twice.
Yes.
Now, when it comes down to the Rumble, you're going to get opportunities to see Nakamura and Roman Reigns, Randy Orton and AJ Styles.
Yes.
Because you got to, well, not AJ.
AJ's busy. He's a champion. What if one of the champions loses? Let's say Styles loses. Let's say Lesnar loses. They could then get into the Rumble too, perhaps, right?
They could.
I like the dynamics
Absolutely
there.
could. But they've been building this for Roman Reigns for quite a while. He beat John Cena. He beat Undertaker. He's been on a roll. He's the IC champion. Mm-hmm. And really, if you don't have Strowman in the Rumble, who is the favorite to win it?
I don't know.
It has to be Roman Reigns. I can see it coming down to the Miz and Roman Reigns.
Ooh, the Miz. Miz has never won a Rumble, David.
Nakamura and somebody else.
Does the Miz have a chance to win?
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not? Because remember, it doesn't matter as much as it used to, as you got Fastlane Elimination Chamber in the way.
But still, you don't want to bastardize the winner of the Rumble. You don't want to see Miz against Brock Lesnar.
Why not?
Oh, good God Almighty! That's the
JR might call the match. Yes, you're right.
Any more than he's broken in half.
Okay. Difference between AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar, which you enjoy because you said it would be a different kind of match.
AJ Styles is a different wrestler than the Miz.
He is a different wrestler. But I mean, I believe your weight system is coming into play here.
No, it's not. AJ Styles can do phenomenal things.
Is there a pun there?
A little bit. The Miz can barely do awesome stuff. The most awesome thing he's done in a while is knocked up Maurice. That's impressive. Okay?
Happy belated birthday to Maurice, by the way.
But Brock Lesnar, he leaves the Rumble. God, it might be Kane versus Strowman at WrestleMania.
That's not bad.
Hell in a Cell.
That's not bad.
Does Taker go in the Rumble?
Maybe he is already.
But Cena against Taker, right? That's for the Rumble?
That's pretty clear.
Maybe that's how that match starts, in the Rumble.
At all this dialogue right now, it's a great thing because it's going to be a good match because you don't know who's going to win.
No,
placement will matter come Sunday night at the Rumble. Numbers, entrance will matter come Sunday night at the Rumble. And we talked about surprises on the women's side of things. Maybe we are going to get a couple of surprises on the men's side of things. But I think the Rumble match people are going to be talking about coming out of Sunday night will be the women's Rumble match for the surprises, the debuts, the returns, and they know they have to over-deliver. As I said on PWR tonight a couple of days back, they know they have to over-deliver this women's Rumble matchup because it is the first ever. And not that the men's will take a back seat to it, but I think the memorable Rumble will be that of the women. And I think it'll be the opening match because it should be.
The women should start off the show?
Absolutely. Ooh. You want to start and finish with the Rumble?
Yeah, I guess you could. But I could see Styles versus Zayn and Owens starting off the show, too.
Nah. They haven't identified what will be on which show.
I think that's the pre-show of the pre-show. Just my opinion.
Folks, the main event that's not a Rumble is for the WWE Universal Champion. And yes, he didn't pick a winner, and that's fine. Will be for the...
I did pick a winner.
No, you didn't. Oh, the Rumble? No, the Rumble.
I said Roman Reigns.
Oh.
It has to be. I'm not saying that's who I want, but that's what it's going to be.
Brock Lesnar will defend his Universal Championship against Braun Strowman and Kane. And it looks like you've already got the winner selected.
Brock.
Brock wins, Brock retains, Brock goes on to WrestleMania.
I would love to see Braun Strowman win. I really do. I think Braun Strowman winning in Philadelphia would be humongous. Because that crowd will love him. But here's the thing. Braun Strowman has done everything that's been asked of him.
That he is, especially after this past Monday night.
He has beaten everybody except Brock Lesnar in his way. He's beaten Big Show. He's beaten John Cena. He's beaten up Roman Reigns.
Well, folks, that is the Royal Rumble. It is this Sunday on pay-per-view.
The Super Friends have a 300-point lead.
Yeah, and you know what? If Roman Reigns, I think he's mine. Do I got Roman Reigns or do you? I think I got Roman Reigns. If he wins the Rumble, I get a 100-point bonus.
That's fine.
The tide of the PWR Fantasy Draft could change dramatically come this Sunday at the Rumble because of the Women's Rumble as well. We don't have any women.
I don't have any girls on my team.
We don't, then that gives me even much more of an advantage to close that gap, ladies and gentlemen. The PWR Fantasy Draft, it will continue. Points will be scored again this Sunday at the Royal Rumble.
All I need is for that one Joker to get hurt.
He got a win a couple weeks ago on Raw. You talking about Apollo Crews, right?
Brutal.
I mean, you picked him.
I did not pick him.
The Rumble is this Sunday. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Primetime this week, a special Friday night edition. Guess what? We're back again on Monday with yet another PWR Primetime. And David Hero, of course, will have the results of the Royal Rumble matchup, but we also will be looking back at the greatest Rumble wins ever. Look back and look at some of the greatest moments and the final moments of the Royal Rumble matchup. That coming in a special flashback edition of Primetime Monday, immediately following the Rumble for that. And I want to remind you to check us out on PWR Tonight. You need that dog again, or what's going on? Are you throwing ink pens around?
Just frustrated.
PWR Tonight. However, PWR Tonight will not be broadcasting this week, Tuesday through Thursday. Unfortunately, it will not be broadcasting this week. Yes, I actually am going to be in. I'm going to be in Dallas, Texas all week.
I love Dallas.
At a conference. What are you going to be doing?
I'm on vacation.
Are you able to disclose?
No, that's how you get in trouble.
Yes, that is how you get in trouble. So no PWR Tonight this week. We'll be back next week on that nightly show, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then we'll be back, as I said, Monday with more. It's almost like it happens on cue, ladies and gentlemen. For David Hero, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for joining us here on the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time. We'll see you again after the Rumble on Blog Talk Radio for the post show, and then Monday for a brand new edition of Prime Time.